Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is episode 2 of Original Art Hour Beyond. Tony, can you hear me? We good?
I hear you. All good.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
I can hear you. So
Good.
let's roll right into this show, man. Hope it's been a good 2 weeks for you. I know we chat in between shows. It's not like we go completely silent, but we kind of scrambled on this one a little bit because I think we both had busy schedules over the last couple days. But we're here. And we're only like a minute late, so sorry for anybody out there waiting. Thank you for joining us here on the second episode of this experiment. We do appreciate it. Please, just a reminder to hit that thumbs up button. If you're watching on the rewind, especially since this is a later at night show, I think a lot of people are watching this on the rewind. So
it's too late for me.
Yeah, right. Tony's barely awake. So hit that thumbs up button. And if you're watching on the rewind, please leave a comment. Let us know what you think of the show, et cetera, et cetera. And make sure to go sub up to Tony on his Instagram. The link is in the description below. So before we get into the show, let's do a quick hello to the chat. We've got your troll number 1 in here, Oregon Weem. Was that good? or is it Oregon Wine?
It sounds good to me.
All right. Well, it remains to be determined. All right. We got Magic Lasso. What's going on, brother? I believe it might be Magic Lasso's birthday. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was over the weekend. But happy birthday, Lasso! I pulled a Wonder Woman page for the auction scene later, just for you. So happy birthday, brother. Thank you for your friendship and your support of the show and the channel. So appreciate that. We got TK's Batcave in the house. Yo, what's up?
Yeah. Happy birthday, Magic Lasso. It is his birthday. Yeah.
Oh, it is his birthday today. Yeah. So happy birthday, Magic Lasso. That's awesome. Man, you should have had like a party or something like that. I would have changed the date of the show. Anyway, who else is in here? We got Geeks and Drinks. What's up, Geeks? We got Don Dizzle. What's up, Don D? We got my buddy Raghav, aka Comic Art Talk on YouTube. Make sure you guys go sub up his channel. He's been doing comic art content on YouTube for, I don't know, like years, I think, like well before I ever started doing it. So please make sure you guys go check out his channel. We've been chatting about getting him on the show for one of the old school episodes, where it's just me and a collector and their collection doing a full hour. So hopefully we will see Comic Art Talk on the Original Art Hour regular version at some point on the channel. Looking forward to that at some point. Should be fun. Thank you for stopping by, brother. Appreciate it. So let's get into the first segment. And I don't have a ton I pulled. Let me do some screen share loading here. And if you watch the first episode, you know that the first segment is our news segment. So let's share the screen. And last week, I believe I shared an update about this, about the fact that me and Tony were going to be going to this Big Apple Comic-Con special preview event on Saturday, May 1st. Unfortunately, they had to push it back from Saturday, May 1st to, July 24th, right? So yes. Kind of deep in the heart of summer there. So the tickets that we had already gotten to the show are good for the May 1st show, or are good for the July 24th show. So, if Tony and I are both in town, we still plan on going to it, but it's a while from now, right? So kind of a bummer.
And you'll be vaccinated by then, right?
Oh, I'm vaccinated. So I'm good.
Good. Then we're good. Then we're all good.
Yeah, we're both vaccinated. So I would have been vaccinated by the 1st as well. I'm already vaccinated. So kind of a bummer because I was looking forward to that show, honestly. Like, would have been nice to just go out and hunt for some books or just shoot the breeze, right? But whatever, it's all good. July 24th it is. So okay, that pop-up went away. And then the second news item that I'd wanted to share, and I gotta share a different tab here, is a update from ReadPop about their events, including New York Comic Con, of course. It's over there on their website, themetaverse.com. And it's a letter from the Reed Pop event director on the return to U.S. physical events in 2021. So basically, they're saying they are returning to physical events, albeit with limited capacity and like safety measures in place. And the experience is going to be pretty much an altered experience than the one that you're used to going to some of these huge events. So those events include Florida SuperCon, September 10th through 12th at the Miami Beach Convention Center. New York Comic Con, of course, at Javits Center, October 7th through 10th. Emerald City Comic Con in the Seattle area, Washington State Convention Center, December 2nd through 5th. And C2E2, of course, in Chicago, happening in a December Chicago Winter Show, December 10th through 12th at McCormick Place. They did specify some additional details about these big events and how they might be altered. Number one, they said they'll be running all shows with reduced capacity. So I don't know what that means, but it's going to be much harder to get a ticket to any of these conventions, unfortunately, is what I'm predicting. Like it's going to be a rush to get these because it's going to be a more limited crowd size. Number two, we are requiring approved face coverings. So you have to wear a mask to go to all these events. And apparently they're going to be like enforcing that somehow, during the whole experience. They're going to have a temperature screening upon entry. They'll have increased sanitization, cleaning with enforced physical distancing throughout the event. And then this is kind of I would say the most interesting one to me, where they're saying they've adopted a firm no handshakes, no high fives, no hugs policy. So, and what they're saying, we're all going to have to get very smooth and cool looking at either the elbow bump or air high fives. Please start practicing now. So that's the second news item. It's good to see that these bigger cons are going to happen this year, albeit it's going to be different for sure from an experience standpoint, just reading that, and from a overall capacity standpoint, meaning I think there's going to be some much, harder competition to get badges to these events than on a regular year. Not that it was, super easy in a regular year either. So, but anyway, that's the news update. Let's see. We had a few more folks pop in here. We had Captain Comics in the house. Ahoy, what's up? Who else we got? We got just more chatter about conventions. Lasso saying C2E2 in mid-December in Chicago. It's a major weather gamble. ECC did get pushed to December. Yeah. So it's I don't know. It should be interesting. Oh, I think we also have Daymares in here. What's going on, brother? Daymares. We got Flicks and Comics. Yo, Jojo. What's going on, Jojo? Good to see you. We got Comic Mag Musings. Bill, what's going on? So yeah, so that's that's a little news update. We don't need to linger on that topic. I hope to attend New York Comic Con amongst that list at the very least. Obviously, right in the backyard. We'll see about C2E2. With New York happening in October and then C2E2 happening in December, there's almost like no break in between there. And if I go to New York Comic Con and spend a bunch of money, I'm not going to have travel or collecting money for Chicago. So, so maybe I just go find a free place to crash and don't buy anything just so I can hang out with, community members or something. I don't know. December 10th through 12th, that's just such weird timing because that's also like family holiday timing ish a little bit, to some degree. And I know San Diego has kind of gotten some flack for throwing an event on Thanksgiving weekend or something that they had plans to do something for. I don't know if they're moving forward with that or not, but anyway, interesting stuff. We'll keep everybody posted, or at least, our friends posted on where we're going to be, attending conventions like this. For now, that Big Apple Comic-Con preview event that was on the 1st, but got pushed back to the July 24th. we'll definitely be at that. That's all I know right now. But I'm not sure what Oregon Ween is asking by what do you mean if, but CDCC is on
San Diego.
Thanksgiving.
It's San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, SDCC. I was like, did I miss it? Is that Cincinnati something? Like, I don't know. All right, so moving on. You guys know that once if you watch the first episode, we get right into show and tell after the news. So let's start showing some art. I'm gonna take that show and tell thing off the screen, and we'll start with Tony. We both prepared slides this week. Make things easy on us. Tony, we might go back and forth showing the real pages with the slides, but we'll kind of just defer to you, Tony, how you want to start. You can go first. You want to show the page first, then put the slide up, or should I just put up the slide?
Sure. What's the first slide you got?
Yeah. See, that's another thing. Like we kind of just got all this stuff together right before the show, so it's this one.
Okay. Yeah, I just posted this on IG.
Oh, I missed the post.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I've been busy.
It's a Deadpool with Merc with the mouth, number 7, and of course you can see it's by Liefeld.
Yeah.
No legs.
Is that his signature down there at the bottom? You can kind of see it.
Yes. Yeah. It is gonna.
Hold on. Let me take the slide off so you can show it. There you go.
Okay. I think it is better with the.
Yeah, probably easier to see from the slide, honestly. And you're kind of freezing up a little bit, connection wise, but
I gotta check the connection somehow.
Oh, Oregon Ween was saying, if I spend money at New York Comic, yeah, he's pretty much right. Oh. It's going to be a given that if I go to New York Comic Con, I would spend money. So,
isn't the next art show like in November too?
September.
It's September.
The comic art show in Jersey. Yeah. It's in September. Yeah.
That's a double hit.
We have one. We have before we get to my first piece, we got a question from Comic Art Talk. You saying, "Hello, Tony. Curious about that Hulk art behind you. Who is the artist? Is that the John Byrne piece? Or?
No, this is by Guy Dorian.
Oh, Guy Dorian.
Yeah, Guy Dorian.
Not John Byrne. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, it was a commission piece. I went to one of the conventions and he was doing Rhino versus Hulk. It looked really nice. It is 4 11 by 17 page panels. It's a huge piece.
That is a big piece. Yeah.
Yeah. I got him in Thanos versus.
It's currently being encroached by your Transformers collection, though. I see.
Yeah, I know, right? It's trying to.
Pretty soon,
you got small space.
Yeah, pretty soon you won't see that. Pretty soon, all you'll see is Transformers boxes. But what are you gonna do? Yeah, definitely a sweet piece. All right, so this is my first piece for show and tell for this week. I don't know if anybody out there has caught the news. It actually was just announced today that there was the official casting made for the Paper Girls show on Amazon, which I'm a big fan of that book. I'm a big fan of that series, and Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chang, who's those are the creative team behind that book. I already have a Paper Girls cover in my collection, and I already have a Paper Girls interior panel page in my collection. So recently saw this one out there in the marketplace on an art drop, and I picked it up. So this is so the full page is over there on the right. And then on the left, you see kind of a zoom up close, zoom in of the top panel and of the bottom panel. So this is Cliff Chang artwork from Paper Girls, issue number 12, page 3. As you can see, you got the main characters on it. And you also have a defeated character, dragon-like character, if you will, at the top. I love this page. His artwork is super, super affordable, and even pages from this series historically I've gotten for super cheap. I think I got this for like $200 or something, maybe less. Nice. Or close to that. So had to pick this up, had to get it, had to jump on it right away. Love the Paper Girls book. Really looking forward to the TV show on Amazon. was happily surprised to see a casting notice finally for it and a cast announced for it today out there, I think by Deadline or some legitimate Hollywood media site. So that's the latest on Paper Girls. I'm looking forward to that turning into a TV show, and I'm happy to keep adding some Paper Girls art to my collection. So that's my first piece of the night. So yeah, Cliff Chiang definitely does great work. His Wonder Woman art is fantastic. A little pricier, but I'm glad that I've been able to pick up a nice little collection of Paper Girls artwork while it's still affordable before that Amazon show launches and blows up. I'm glad I got my CGC 9.8 of issue number 1 also for super cheap before that blows up, because I think that show is going to blow up for Amazon. And I mean, look at what's happening to Invincible right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm happy with that. Adding another Cliff Chiang to my collection. So let's go to Tony, and let's see, what's the second slide? This is the second slide.
Okay. It is Over the Edge number 2. Art is by Robert Brown.
Ryan Brown?
Robert Brown.
Robert Brown. Okay, your audio cut out right there before you said
sorry,
Brown.
Robert Brown. Sorry.
No worries. All right, so you want to go to you for a second?
Yeah, and basically, I picked this up at an auction, in Strictly Comics auction a couple of months ago.
Oh, cool.
I picked it up because of Doctor Strange. I liked the way he looked.
Yeah.
It's like half a splash.
Chilling on his throne right there.
Yeah.
Pretty cool half splash.
You gotta get a price too, so I can't complain. Nobody really bid on it. Like, everybody's doing the comics, nobody's really doing the art. So I just
yeah. I think I actually got one of the pages in my collection, or maybe it was a sketch cover I had from Strictly, but I don't remember when or what the details were around it. I'm not. That's probably an inside joke between you two guys, so I'm not getting it, but it's all good. But nice page, dude. Welcome Fuchsia to the chat. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping by, Fuchsia. All right, so my second piece for show and tell this week is I have a couple Brayfogels in my collection. I have a Brayfogle Hellcat, and I have a Brayfogle Archie page that Geeks and Drinks sent to me as a gift. But this is my first Brayfogle Batman page, which is a nice thing to check off the okay, and maybe I'll upgrade down the line or whatever. It's not from Detective or the main Batman story, from this miniseries called Batman Anarchy. Anarchy's Batman villain. So there's the page. As you can see. Nice. Yeah, as you can see on the right side, it might be a little bit hard to see, because it's kind of zoomed out, not zoomed in on the right, but that's the full page right there, and that's Batman Anarchy number 3, page. I forget the page number, if I'm honest, off the top of my head, but it's one of the interior pages from that book, Batman Anarchy number 3. You've got Batman and Anarchy in the top panel, middle panel. You got some crazy villain's lair image here, and then you got them again in the third panel, and then you got Anarchy again in the end panel. But not like a crazy Brayfogle Batman in action kind of page. He's technically being held captive here by Anarchy. His hands are he's handcuffed, right? And he's being brought into this room by Anarchy here in that page. But love that bottom panel. I mean, you got the crazy Batman ears. It's Brayfogle Batman, man, which I love. So that's my next one right there.
Very nice.
Thank you. All right, I'm trying to get the button. That button. All right, cool. All right, so which one are we on for you? 3, number 3.
Number 3.
All right, number 3 for Tony on this week's show and tell is this one.
This was I picked up about a month and a half ago with Oregon Ween too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is Annihilation. I can't pronounce it.
Annihilation.
Annihilation. There you go.
There you go.
Scourge #1 Omega is by Manuel Garcia, and it is a Beta Ray
Nice.
Jim.
Yeah.
Beta Ray Bell.
Beta
I'm
Ray.
sorry, I can't really be Jim.
Beta Ray Jim.
Bell.
Beta Ray Jim. Isn't that a YouTuber?
Yeah,
I
that's
think it is. Yeah, it's Beta. I mean, obviously it's Beta Ray Bill, but
Yeah, Beta Ray Bell.
But all right, if you want to show the real page up close, that's your call. Yeah. Nice, all pencils.
Yeah, it's all pencils.
Very cool.
Half a splash, yeah. Stormbreaker there.
Nice pickup. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take our names off the chat. You know, it's how our names are showing up there. Everybody knows who we are at this point if you're watching the show. So
hopefully,
it kind of gets in the way of the art when I go full screen. So, and we got the names right underneath our little cameras right here as well. So nice and convenient. Yeah, definitely a cool Beta Ray Bill page. Did you say the artist was Manuel Garcia?
Manuel Garcia. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, my third piece for the show and tell portion. I think I already posted this to my Instagram at some point because I was doing some renovating and redesigning of like my art gallery walls, basically. And so I have one wall which is just all color art, so I call it the color wall. And this was I posted it on Instagram to kind of showcase this piece in particular because it was because I was proud of it, I guess. And I kind of made it one of the main focuses of the new color wall. And it's this painting. And unfortunately, I don't have a scan. So both of these pictures are just pictures of it on the wall in the frame, right? But this piece is called Make Love, Not War by Jim Mafood. And it's a mixed media, pencil and ink and watercolor painting essentially. And this, I mean, and obviously it features Baroness on the villain side and Scarlet on the hero side of the G.I. Joe universe in a, an embrace, if you will. And you've got the two cobras on either side and you've got the watercolor accents. And I just find this piece incredibly beautiful, and I just connected to it from a personal, like, art appreciation level, almost more so than I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan kind of thing, But I just thought it was a beautiful piece, and I just had to have it. Like, I just could not let it go, And I just pounced on it. And I am a fan of Jim Mafood's work, and I just have never come across anything that I wanted to add to my collection super badly until this one. I did try one time to get a commission from him, and I guess I was too late or whatever on the list or something, but I love this piece. It's called Make Love, Not War by Jim Mafood, aka Food One. He kind of goes by the Food One moniker these days, but this was hanging at one of his gallery shows, nice. I think back in 2013. So it's still in the museum, like the art gallery frame job with the archival glass and the white matting and everything like that. So yeah, I just love that piece by Jim Mafood. I just think it's gorgeous.
At first glance, it looked like Batman, but then I looked at the legs. I'm like, that's not Batman, I don't think.
No, yeah, that ain't Batman. It's Baroness and Scarlet. But just one of my favorite color pieces / paintings that I have now. Not a published piece, but just a great painting by Jim Mafood in the now on my wall. So what's up? We got a few more stragglers in here. We got Shattered Glass Comic Reviews. We got Count Von Strange. What's going on, bro? We got Hoarder's Hide. Scott, what's up, bro? No worries. There's always the replay. This is a later night show, so I don't expect as much of a live turnout compared to my normal times that I do videos. But I appreciate you watching, whether it's live or on the rewind later. Please, a reminder, hit that thumbs up button if you can. And if you're not able to comment live, please leave a comment down below for what you thought of the show. So Tony's up now with his fourth piece in the show and tell portion of the show. And his next one is this one.
All right. This is by Dan Jurgens. This is Captain America number 47. Now, this is one of the earliest pieces I picked up in the beginning when I started collecting. I picked this up a long time ago. And it was a half splash.
I mean, cool subby pages, and you got Cap on there too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I liked it. It was like a half splash. It was, I think, affordable at the time for me. and it was like it's one of my like first 5 pages that I picked up when I
Oh
started
wow,
collecting.
really? Nice.
Yeah,
You
it's
said it
an
was
early piece.
Jurgens.
Yeah, Dan Jurgens.
Did you pull that one out to show old school style? There you go. Yeah, I think that looks
Like I
even
said,
better on camera. Nice.
I always like Cap, so I try to pick up a Cap art, and it was like nice piece with the Submariner in it. So like I had a bid on it.
Nice piece, dude. Very cool. And what year was that you said that you picked that up? Like when you were first getting into collecting?
Yeah, when I first started getting into collecting, it is. I don't know what year it is, to be honest with you, when I picked this up.
Estimate like 10 years ago.
Probably 10 years now.
Yeah. Very nice piece, dude. Thanks, Geeks, for pointing that out. Like, I've been showing scans and kind of close-ups, and Tony sent me a mix of pictures and color references. I might switch to some color references with the scan on the other side. I mean, I'll probably just mix it up every episode and change it up a little bit. But let's keep moving. We're making good pace here. So my number 4 piece for this episode is this one. So this is my first piece from Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, baby, and inked by Murphy Anderson. It's from World's Finest, issue number 244. I think it's story page. I forget which story page it is, but I think it's literally page 22, but the story page might be different. But as you can see, you got Batman and Superman in the top left panel and the top right panel, and then you have like a pseudo Hitler kind of in that middle panel, along with like the space station style thing, the space image and Earth from space. Just a beautifully detailed page from Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. I've always wanted a Garcia Lopez in the collection. He's an artist that I would hope to be able to get more pages from in the future. I just think he's a legend, and his art is just brilliant. I know Lasso is a huge Garcia Lopez fan, so thank you for that comment. Thank you, Organ Weem. I'm gonna mess that up.
No, this is a nice page.
Thank you. And he's giving you some. He's giving me some stuff. I think his dog fell asleep to the show. Well, we're here. Or is that his dog? Is that the name of his dog? I don't know.
His name was his girlfriend. I don't know.
Or maybe his girlfriend. Well, I don't know him that well, so I'm just kind of guessing here. I've seen him post.
It's his dog.
I've seen him post images of his dog before on social media. But anyway, I love this page.
No, it's really nice.
And what's interesting is one of the other pages from this book sold on Heritage tonight, and we will be looking at that page later in the auction scene section. So,
nice.
So another Garcia Lopez Murphy Anderson page from the same book sold literally tonight, and on Heritage. So we'll take a look at that in a little bit. But we got one more piece each to show. So let's get to Tony's final piece in show and tell, which is this one featuring a sweet Mephisto.
All right, this is from Deadpool Annual number 1. Art is by Juan Doe. Can you believe that? John Doe, Juan Doe.
Juan Doe.
Yeah, Juan Doe. Right, but I always wanted a Mephisto piece. This one I picked up this week. I finally found a nice one, and I got it.
Nice, dude. Yeah. I mean, that's like a whole splash page with like 2 almost panels adjacent to it. It's
right.
I think it would technically be called a 3/4 splash or a half splash, but it's almost a full page itself, that image. So little joke, little internet humor here. Love definitely a nice find.
Yeah. Thank you.
But here, if you want to show the real one, that's up to you. You have it nearby. There you go. Very cool.
You see Deadpool trying to beg Mephisto, and Mephisto's
awesome.
I always wanted a piece. If I was lucky, I found one. So, like I said, 3/4 of the splash, whole splash. Can't go
Nice.
wrong.
Very, very cool page. Nice finale there. All right, so this is my last one on show and tell portion for this time. And I'll do a little bit of a preamble, but not a ton. I finally dipped my toes as, I guess as a comic book fan / reader more into Spawn the last couple months. Like prior to, the 2000s, I maybe had read Spawn #1 and that's it. You know what I mean? Like I never, as a kid, I was never the biggest. Like I watched the HBO cartoon and stuff, enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Of course, saw the original movie. Who didn't? And as campy or as kind of, I mean, it's not campy necessarily, but it's dated. If you go back and watch the Spawn movie now, it's dated, but I think it kind of still holds up. Like I enjoy it personally. So, but I prefer the HBO kind of more adult cartoon on the HBO side. But that said, I've been kind of diving back into it a little bit. Also a big, everyone knows I'm a McFarlane fan, so you don't have to make that joke again tonight, Tony, but it's not a McFarlane.
I'm not touching it.
But it's, I'm a big, I like Capullo a lot, I'm a huge fan of his Court of Owls run. So I finally pulled the trigger on a Capullo Spawn page. I'll have to check that. I'll have to chat with you geeks about it. He's saying I should read Spawn Endgame. Scott's saying Spawn soundtrack. The soundtrack is
that was good. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I will agree with that. But anyway, this is the page I picked up. It's actually a first appearance of a villain character. I think the actual name of the character is named Ephraim, but I haven't gotten up to Spawn 71 in my reading yet. So it's like, so I have the art and I have the kind of his reveal, this character reveal, who's just a vampire at first, but then later is named Ephraim and appears in multiple issues later. But this is the first page where he's kind of revealed. So it's like, it's the first appearance. I don't know if he's a major character necessarily in the Spawn universe, but I thought the art was fantastic. Like the art blew me away. So this is Greg Capullo, Danny Miki, on inks. And so you can see the full page on the right, and you can see the kind of the zoom in of the reveal of this villain, Ephraim. He looks like a vampire Jerry Garcia to me, like from the Grateful Dead. If Jerry Garcia came back to be a like vampire zombie, that's what he would look like in my head. That's what I picture. But awesome work right here from Greg Capullo. Danny Miki. So Todd McFarlane is credited on this issue as a secondary inker. Okay, so I don't know that Todd necessarily literally made ink adjustments to Danny Miki on this page or not. I don't know. Or maybe after the Miki inked page went into the system, he did some digital ink touch-ups before it was colored. That's possible. But he obviously writes every issue, right? So McFarlane is involved in this page one way or the other, but I consider it's a Greg Capullo Spawn page from issue 71. This is page 16, and it's the first appearance of that character, Ephraim. So I'm really, really happy with this page. I think it's just a striking image.
No, I like its detail, the shadowing, like dinking is really nice on this. Really, really nice.
Yeah, I know you got that page from, and that was the first issue because Todd penciled the first 15 issues, and Capullo took over starting on issue 16, which is a cool page. I think Geeks has posted it before, but or George Carlin. Yeah, maybe. I prefer to see him as Jerry Garcia. I don't know. That's just me. But you got Spawn in multiple panels, and it's like he's being attacked by this dude, right? Like, I love it. And what made it especially even sweeter, I think, for me personally, is that I was able to buy it directly from Greg and his wife, Jamie. Super nice. And Greg signed the back of the page. He doesn't like to sign. He prefers not to sign the front because he's got such a big signature that he can't guarantee that his signature will not affect the art area. So he prefers signing on the back. And I was like, please sign on the back. Do not affect the art area. I don't care that you can't see your signature on the front of the page. Sign it on the back, So that's what he did. So I don't have a picture of the signed back of the page, but I do have.
That one does make more sense. Animal from the Muppet Show, yeah.
Oh, Animal from the Muppet, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, that would make more. Yeah.
But he threw in a copy of the issue, and he signed it. So
nice.
Yeah. So I kind of want to send this to CBCS now for verified yellow label or whatever, because I have another copy of this issue already, so I can see the published artwork on the on the inside. So I wasn't expecting this, and they threw it in the package for me right there. So signed copy to go along with that page. So
sweet.
Yeah, man, pretty happy with that pickup. So that is going to be the end of the show and tell portion. Right after the show and tell portion, we get into the auction scene. And so for this week's auction scene, I pulled maybe 8 or 9 auctions that ended literally tonight on Heritage's weekly. And then if we blow through through those quick enough, I pulled about 5 or 6 more from last week's Monday night Heritage Weekly. Since we do this bi-weekly, I'm still kind of tracking things on the off weeks, I guess, that we're not doing the show. So if we have time, we can look at last week's couple results from last week as well. But we'll start with some results from this week. So I need to find this folder first. I'll pull that up real quick, and then I'll share the screen with everybody. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna do that again. Open with, there we go. Okay. Let me know once this is visible on the screen, Tone.
Not yet.
Not yet, right? Application window. How about that one?
Nope.
How about that? There we go.
Yes.
All right. And let's go full screen on this, right? We can still hear each other. So This is the first page that I chose to highlight that closed tonight. What's up? The Dark Knight Batman is in the house. Hashtag retcon doomsday clock. All right. So this is a Kevin Eastman piece. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pencil illustration. Let me see if I can zoom in here. Zoom, yeah. So I like that piece, man.
No, it's really nice. Yeah.
It's Kevin Eastman, man, and it's the Turtles. Sold for $3,360. Now, what's interesting about this is that, see how in the bottom left corner it says Eastman 85, I think. Right. But on the back of it, there's some sort of COA sticker or whatever where he signed it and kind of authenticated that the fact that this is an original of his back in 2011. So Heritage advertised it both in the title description. See how it says original art 2011 up at the top,
right?
And in the description they said 2011, but I don't know. Could this be? I mean, what does that 85 mean? Because that's like a year after the Turtles, right? Like that's a year after TMNT #1. So was this a super old Eastman illustration from literally a year after the Turtles came into existence?
Or that's what I'm thinking. When I used to do the early conventions and have the artists like do little sketches, and in my book, they always would put the year on it. So like I always get a year, going back to like 89, 90, 91, so do you know the year it was? And yeah, I think this is from 1985. Right, I guess later on he wanted to authenticate.
So I don't. So look. I don't know whether that is caked into the price that I went for on Heritage, because if or not, it seems like whoever won this got a deal on such an early illustration of the full group from Eastman from back in the day. If it was really a 1985 image, I mean, if it was truly a 2011 image, then I think they might have overpaid. But
you know what? Yeah. I think by 2011, his artwork would have been a lot more tighter on the Turtles. You know what I mean? If you look at him, it's like early Simpsons. Like
I know,
the early Simpsons, the
I
latest Simpsons.
prefer that. I prefer
Oh,
that
yeah, yeah.
older Eastman. You know.
Oh, definitely. Well, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a cool one. I just had to show that one. Second one I want to show is this. I don't know if Daymare is still in the chat, but he's a big Valiant. Oh no, wait, this isn't Valiant. My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Valiant.
sorry, Daymare.
Solar.
This is Dynamite, right?
That's Solar, no? Yeah,
Solar, yeah. Bob Layton, Solar. This is the Man of the Atom #1 unpublished variant cover, original art. So it was not published, but it's still a really striking image of
nice, yeah.
Solar right there by Bob Layton. And
it's a splash page, I like splash
and
page.
the price is right, $480, including the buyer's premium. So not published, so is what it is, kind of. But pretty cool, and I wanted to highlight it, give it a little bit of a spotlight there. So I thought it was a cool image. I'm not a Solar guy or Dynamite guy or any of that, but still pretty cool. Portishead, I would have bought that back in the day, but pretty cool one. All right, so number 3, we got this one's interesting. Okay, so this is why I thought it was Valiant on the Bob Layton. He's saying it was Valiant for some time, but then when they went back, Trump lost the rights and it went over to Dynamite. Okay, but it's still like Valiant adjacent, I guess, or Valiant related. But anyway, moving on. This page is very interesting to me because after Born Again, so this is Daredevil 235, page 8. So after Born Again run wrapped up, there was a little bit of a time period there where Steve Ditko stepped in as the artist on Daredevil. So this is a Steve Ditko published Daredevil page, inked by Danny Bulanati. Daredevil 235, story page 8, sold earlier tonight, for $2,040, and including the buyer's premium. I'll give you a little bit more of a close-up. Not really like a main character page or obviously a main Daredevil character page, but published Steve Ditko Daredevil art for $2K. I mean, that's cool. That's cool for some collector out there, or possibly some dealer out there who's trying to flip it, based on the Ditko market out there. But I thought it was worth highlighting just because I just don't see that all the time following these auctions.
It's Mr. Hyde.
What?
It's Mr. Hyde.
I can't hear your audio's breaking up.
Oh, it's Mr. Hyde.
Oh, Mr. Hyde. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a cool page. It's a cool little Ditko page. Not a main character page. So moving on. Let's see. Okay, so we got this one. I just thought that this was interesting, and I haven't highlighted any. What's it called? Sketch covers yet on these auctions, and so this is a blank sketch cover. 9.8 white pages, blank sketch cover edition of X-Men #1. Maybe it was the facsimile or some sort of reprint. And it's got this Joe Sinnott pencil sketch on it. It's pretty sweet, honestly. Nice. Joe's no longer with us, and signed by Stan Lee. So sketch and signed by Joe Sinnott and signed by Stan Lee. Yellow label, CGC, authenticated. 9.8, pretty cool sketch, I gotta say. Also, wish Stan Lee didn't sign it right there, if I'm honest. But yeah. So I see the Dark Knight Batman and Night Owl 2 asking the same question about Doomsday Clock. I mean, I haven't even read that, so I don't know how I can support some petition to retcon a book I've never read. So. Not that I needed to acknowledge that comment, but I'm just going to end it right there. So Damer is just saying, originally Solar was Gold Key, then, which I think I've heard Man Cave talk about that. Then Valiant bought it, went bankrupt, Dynamite picked up the rights. Magic Lasso, as Madonna would say, come on. Oh, man. You're not going to make me say that line live on my channel, but even on your birthday. But definitely a good call out there. Yeah, I thought that was a pretty good deal for the quality of the sketch. So yeah, that's pretty much all I think we need to say about that. I thought it was a pretty cool sketch cover, you know. Moving on, we got this page. This is a Gene Colan page from Detective Comics issue 541, mid 80s, Copper Age, 1984. Batman in multiple panels, signed by Gene Colan at the bottom. Bob Smith was the inker on this. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Only 9:30. Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool detective page. Gene Colan. You almost got a half splash feel to it.
Right.
But, you know, multiple characters, obviously. And you got Penguin. I mean, Penguin's on it. You know. So I think this is a pretty cool page, honestly. Gene Colan tech page for 930, including buyer's premium. So I thought that was a cool pickup, frankly. I was a little bit jealous of it, honestly, but pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, towards the end of his convention appearances and signings, it wasn't ideal, obviously, with Stan, but cool. Anything else to add on that? I mean, it's just a pretty cool page.
Oh, it looks really nice. Yeah.
Yeah, a little, you know, kind of low key, but you know, not too loud, but pretty cool. All right, so I pulled this page for Lasso. It's from the Bronze Age era of Wonder Woman 203, Dick Giordano, story page 4, 1972, and obviously she's not in her traditional costume here, but I mean, this is gorgeous artwork, I think.
Right. I think this is where she's Princess Diana, I guess.
Yeah, this is where she's Diana. Yeah. But I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, those are nice faces, you know? Those are well-drawn images. Wonder Woman 203, Dick Giordano. And what was the price on this? $480. Sold for $480, including the buyer's premium. So there you go. 203 is the last issue in that non-powered Diana run, which I hear Lasso talking about that all the time on his channel and other people's channels that I've seen him on. So when I saw that, I was like, I gotta pull that one for Lasso on his birthday. So happy birthday, Lasso! Hope you enjoyed seeing that one. This one is interesting for you Jim Lee guys, or for you 90s, 90s image guys. Wildcats, number 31, story page 24, Jim Lee. Not a title that I didn't read this book. You know what I mean? I never read this book growing up, but you know, there are a lot of fans of this run, this image book. But here we go. Jim Lee, Richard Bennett, 2220, 2220. I mean, that's pretty cool. Almost full splash page from Jim Lee on a 90s book that he's, outside of X-Men, he's probably most known for this run in the 90s. You know what I mean? What's up? We got Bub's Comics in the house. Good to see you. All right, so moving on. I just thought that was pretty cool, and Jim Lee art is getting pretty expensive. So
very.
Yeah.
If you put X-Men on it, forget about it.
Yeah. All right, so I showed it earlier that I had picked up a page by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez from the same issue, and I said that one sold earlier tonight on Heritage. This is Jose Luis Garcia Lopez and Murphy Anderson from the same book, story page 18. Now, obviously, the content on this page is significantly more focused on Batman, Superman, and especially Superman, right? And you've got people holding Batman back here in that bottom panel, but you've got more of an action page with Batman and Superman. You got close-up panel and Superman on the top right. Garcia Lopez killed it. He's just a legendary artist in comic art, and This one is sold for $16.80, including the buyer's premium. I want to say my page costs somewhere in the 700s, I guess. And I really love my page, you know.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I love my page a lot. It's very detailed. It's got a lot of cool imagery on it. It's not as flashy as this page. I understand the price on this, and I think it's a good price still, even though it's double the amount that I paid for my page from the same issue. The content kind of speaks for itself here, I think. So.
No, but I think your page had more Batman than this one. You only had like one little panel, I guess.
No, I mean my page had less Batman than this.
Really? Okay.
My page had less Batman than this and less Superman than this. So, I think I think that's where the price comes from. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, and then I pulled one more auction result from this tonight's results. On Heritage Weekly, and that is this X-Men Unlimited page. X-Men Unlimited number 4, page 24. Wow. Richard Bennett and Steve Moncuse, which is not a team that I'm big into or hugely aware of, is from an art market standpoint. Yeah.
I guess just because it has an X in front of it, that's basically boom.
Yeah, it's $3,360. Cool. I mean, it's got. The content's pretty cool. It's 90s X-Men, and I think it's just that's an on fire market right now. 90s X-Men. So I guess this is where we are, man, with these prices. I mean, $3,360. I mean, it's got a vertical half splash, and I guess it's cool, but I would put 3,360 of my dollars elsewhere, most likely. even as an X-Men fan, but hey, to each his own. Somebody picked that up, and that was their right. So we're at 53 minutes. I think we'll have some time to squeeze in some of the results from last time. So let me pull those up real quick for us. Just bear with me.
Man, $3,000 for that. I can't believe that.
Yeah, well, we can bang through a couple of these from last week's Heritage Weekly. All right.
Yeah, you have a Carnage page. You have Venom and Carnage in the background. You have any Carnage or Venom?
Oh yeah, for the show background tonight, or
yeah, no, for any art.
Yeah, I mean the Rogue is what sold that last page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Geeks is saying, I thought you might be showing your Carnage page tonight from the thumbnail. So just an FYI out there, the thumbnail really has nothing to do with the show content. Like, I'm not saying by putting an image from artist X doesn't mean that Tony and I picked up art from that artist, or that even art from that artist is or title will even be shown even on auction results. It's just kind of like I'm finding a cool image to make for the background, really. But that's kind of what it is. Yeah, fake news, exactly. So here's some results from last week on Heritage's Weekly. Here we go. Starting with this Jack Kirby penciled page, which I find incredible, dude. So this is from Superpowers, Volume 2, Number 3, Story Page 13, Superman of Firestorm, Jack Kirby, pencils only, published original art from the King. That's untouched, not inked, and look at all the detail.
Yeah.
Gorgeous, man. I'm jealous of whoever won this. This is incredible to me. And that price to me, $3,600, is more than fair for something like this. So
for $300 more, you get a Jack Kirby than the other X-Men piece.
I know, right? So this, like Tony just said, this went for auction 1 week ago on Heritage's Weekly, and it's a Kirby pencil page with Superman and Firestorm with all that detail, and it was only $300 more than that mid 90s X-Men Unlimited page by an artist team that I am not even familiar with. So
no, I agree with Daymare's. Look at Daymare's comment. I agree with that. Jesus.
yeah, right. Much rather have that X-Men page. Yeah, I don't know. But what's up, Pat Wall in the house? Good to see you, Pat. Thanks for stopping in, brother. All right, next page that sold last week that I wanted to kind of look into or check out or give a little plug to is this Howard Chaykin Astro City, A Visitor's Guide, #1, and this is a published pinup black badge. So this is more modern, 2004, but I just thought it was a cool page, like a cool pinup splash looking page from a legendary artist, Howard Chaykin, at a really affordable price, including buyer's premium $312. So, I like highlighting some more affordable stuff as well from time to time. So, thought that was cool.
That's very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the story really or the book, but it's cool. Next up, this one was interesting. This one was a Mike Sikorsky from Master Comics #1. You know how that's a 1940 Golden Age Fawcett book, and this was a full 4-page story from within that book. Sold for $5,280, including the buyer's premium. So that's like 80-year-old artwork published in a #1 key issue from a beloved run in Master Comics. So it's pretty just interesting, I guess, to look at these kind of results. I don't know what is a good price, what's a bad price, what's a fair market price for stuff like this. Definitely more kind of eclectic and niche from a collecting standpoint. Probably not as much demand or whatever, but it's just crazy to see art like this survive a full 4-page story from that #1 issue. So I wanted to show it because it deserves to be seen, Yeah, wow is exactly correct. But what's up, Ben Compton in the house? Good to see you, Ben. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Appreciate the support. So it's
80 years old. 80-year-old art.
Yeah, it's more than 80 years old. It's probably 82 years old. Yeah, and when it was drawn, but pretty cool stuff. So I showed I think I showed one other Batman page earlier, but this sold also a week ago from Detective Comics 431. It's a Bronze Age page. Only sold for $900. Irv Novick, Murphy Anderson. I love Murphy Anderson's inks. I mean, I've shown multiple Jose Luis Garcia Lopez's that he inked this week on the show. So here's some more of his ink work over Irv Novick. Batman action. You got Batman punching. You got more of a kind of profile image of Batman. Just a cool page.
You got a lot of Batman.
You get a lot of Batman for your buck here on this one. So Irv Novick, Murphy Anderson, Tech 431, story page 14, sold for $900 last week on Heritage's weekly auction. Had to show that one. And then the last one I pulled from last week's auction. This page is fantastic. I mean, this page is kick-ass, dude. This is Keith Pollard and Chick Stone from Thor 288, so late 70s Thor page, story page 18. And just it's crazy good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that Thor in that top panel, man. And then look at that middle panel. I mean, it's cool.
You got that little celestial coming out, the energy coming out of his hand.
Yeah, man. I mean, and you got the look homeward Asgardian. It's a stinger page, I guess, for this story. So that one sold for $3,360, including the buyer's premium. Getting pricey here, but the Keith Pollard market seems to be going up, and he's got a fan base, and there's a lot of Thor collectors. So I think it's a pretty cool page, and that's the last one I pulled from last week's Heritage. So between this week's Heritage and last week's Heritage, I think we showed about 15 or 16 auction results. So it's cool to keep tabs on the marketplace at all these different auction houses and destinations and things that are going on in the market. So That's what the auction scene is all about, and that's going to conclude the auction scene for this episode. So that's pretty much the show. As we did last time, I wanted to give the viewers a quick rundown of the upcoming episodes and the show dates, right? So we got episode 3 coming up on May the 10th. That's 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Monday night, 2 weeks from now. This one will be a little bit of a different episode with a slightly different format because we'll have a special guest on it. So it'll be a slightly different kind of show with Micah Spivak, who is the art expert / art buyer consigner at Comic Connect / Metropolis. So he's going to join us. We're going to chat a little bit about Metropolis, Comic Connect, his art collection, how he got into the industry, quote unquote industry, as a professional in original comic art, not just a collector. He works in the space. So it should be a good chat to talk to him. And then episode 4, which is 2 weeks after that, on May the 24th, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna do a group collector show / discussion. Of course, me and Tony, but I'm gonna be throwing it out to the original Art Hour crew. Now that I've said it on the show, and whoever is going to be available that night to join us, gonna throw the open invite out to the OA Hour crew, and we'll see who comes on with us. I know it's a little bit more later than any other normal show that we do, but hopefully we can get a few of the guys to join us, and we'll pick maybe 1 or 2 topics to talk about, and then maybe everybody can pull some artwork examples of those topics. You know what I mean? So you and I, Tony, will sidebar about it, agree upon the topics we want to talk about, and then we'll throw it out to the group, basically. And hopefully that'll be a fun show. That'll be the first show of this new format where we have the old crew, hopping on with us. So it'll be fun. And then 2 weeks after that will be episode 5. Don't really have a specific agenda. It might just be another regular episode like this, where we do the news, and we do show and tell, and we do the auction scene. And then at a date and time TBD, which I'm still going back and forth with the artist, I'm going to be doing my first artist interview special for Original Art Hour Beyond. Hopefully it works out so that Tony can also join me. But I can't reveal the details yet. But the artist does not live in this hemisphere, so not in this overseas. Let's just say that. So it's a little bit harder. Right? Yeah. So it's a little bit harder to nail down a time and stuff because of the time differences, and there's gonna have to be. We might have to do this at a special day and time, because it's going to be hard to slot in for just every 2 weeks on a Monday night at 10:30 Eastern, just because of where the artist is located. But I'm excited. I will tease that the artist is currently working on a major Marvel title.
He's from Marvel? Really?
No. But and I was able to pick up some artwork directly from him, some published artwork. So I'll be able to share the artwork I picked up from him. We'll be able to hang out with him for a little bit. We'll be able to take questions from the chat. We'll be able to talk to him about working in comic art as an artist. So it will be pretty cool. So yeah, I basically just gave us the clue. It's a Marvel artist currently working for Marvel. So that should be fun, man. So thank you guys for joining us. And if you're watching on the rewind, like I said, I appreciate that. Please hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment, and we will catch you on the next episode. Tony, you got any final words? Any parting shots?
Good. Thanks for everyone showing up, and we're all good.
Awesome. So what Tony said, thanks everybody for showing up, and we're all good. Stick around for the outro. Tony, stick around for a few backstage. Have a great rest of your evening, everybody, and we'll catch you soon. Peace.
Later, man.
Where do I begin? I see the hate, they don't want to see me win. Bank deposits, I got more coming in. Top down, throw the money in the wind. I don't want it all. Heard these scammer had to switch up the accounts. Moving paper, gotta call it my account. It's all in, not a purse, it's a merch. 6 figures was a gold, now it's 9 or a hearse. Put in work. Used to pull up, not swerve. No time for the snakes, time to put them in the dirt. That's word. I gotta get it, it's in my DNA. You only see the highlights, don't know what it takes. Last year stressing, got no sleep. Now I'm right between the courts, out of